Hey, good afternoon. It is Courtney here with Knowledge Well Media. September the 3rd, 2017. So, just leaving work and had some interesting conversations with people via Facebook. This may be a little bit longer than usual. I don't like to mix emotion in with commentating and things like that, but you know, things are getting a little on edge with people in their discussions. You know, you're trying to have an intellectual or rational discussion with people, and more time than not, you're finding more of an emotional engagement that's kind of senseless. And, yeah, it gets kind of frustrating. But anyhow, that's okay. That's to be expected. You expect pushback when you are going against the mainstream viewpoint. You should expect it anyways. So that's to be expected. But the discussion today was mainly with several different individuals on the shooting that happened in Las Vegas on, was that Sunday night? And we know that there's false flags. We know that the powers that be, if you will, are manipulating geopolitical events. They're manipulating people that live here in this country. They're pitting the good against the bad, the white against the black, the tall against the short, the female against the male. That's their whole modus operandi. That's what they do. So what I'm trying to do is talk to these people or text these people or message these people and say, look, I'm not saying that no one gets hurt. I'm not saying that people don't lose things in these flags, in these false flags, these events that are staged and put together. I'm not saying that. I'm not even trying to diminish the fact that people are hurt, or lose a loved one or something like that. That's not my goal. That's not my aim. What I'm simply saying is that there's more nefarious activity at work. That's my focal point, is why this stuff is happening, why these events are taking place. You know, I believe, and probably contrary to popular belief, I have a viewpoint that Americans are decent, you know, as a whole. You know, we all just want to work hard, save, you know, take care of our children, raise them to be productive, and we want to have some form of comfortable living or life. I don't think that the most of us aspire to and set out to hurt our fellow man. And by man, I mean women as well. I don't know why we always have to put that disclaimer in there. It should be a given. But again, we've become so sensitive, so emotionally driven. You know, it's no wonder that, you know, Eve was deceived the way she was. Notice the three things: the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. You know, all things that have to do or have some form of attachment to emotions. It's our greatest downfall. You mention something, you say something the wrong way, and people immediately run the situation through their emotional filter before they even look at the facts of the case. And that's a big downfall. These corrupt and fraudulent elitist and governmental entities, these individuals, they're playing on our emotions. all the race card, the election of Barack Obama, and that's been played from the beginning. You guys have to know that. That was played from the beginning. Let me explain something to you. The very things that these politicians are not able to pass on their face, those very things, they look for ways to get them passed. That sounds very simple, but it is what it is. So what better Trojan horse to use than to use the race card to delegate or elect or select someone that is of that is I hate saying African American. I really dislike it because it's not true. That's a whole nother discussion. But for now, for lack of a better term, I'll just say pick or select someone that is black, put them in the office of the presidency, giving the semblance of authority, which is not true at all. And then you wrap your agenda in his skin color. That's why Obama was able to pass anything that he darn well pleased. What did he say? I don't need Congress. I have my pen and my pad. That was he knew what he was there for, and he did exactly that. Now we're spending all these months and arguments and congressional meetings and hearings and all that. We're spending all this time now trying to reverse everything that he did, as far as especially Obamacare. They got that passed because they knew the American people were tired of being called racists. They were tired of the whole debate, the whole argument. And whether they're racist or not, they're just sick of it, and they just want to put it under the rug and no longer think about it and just move forward. That's really what's going on. So them knowing this, they put a black man in office and then wrapped all of their agendas in him. And he got them all passed. Job done. We all know the story of the Trojan horse. How do we not get this? It's exactly what they did. 9/11. No, the debate should not be whether people got hurt. We know that governments hurt people. We know that governments kill people. We know these things. So that's not my angle to debate whether people got hurt. But people are trying to drag me into that debate. Are you saying I know somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody that had a kid that was hurt by this incident? Okay, as I put on my post, I'm sorry for the loss. I'm not trying to be insensitive. It's not that I'm trying to downplay those injuries. I'm not picking any particular loss or injury. I'm just simply saying this. Let's look behind the curtain, my goodness. Why do you think they made the story of the Wizard of Oz? Because they're telling you how foolish we are. We never... And even when we see behind the curtain, we'd rather have normalcy bias and act like we don't see what we're actually looking at. Because it would be too devastating and too earth-shattering. The whole NFL thing, the kneeling and all that, that is nothing but a big distraction. You know what? People better realize that your allegiance is not to a fabric. It's not to a color. And what I mean by that is your allegiance is not to the flag, the physical flag. We are so emotionally entwined into the fabric of things. It's no wonder that even God himself said that they love the creature more than the creator. Look what we're doing, America. We're loving the fabric of things more than we're realizing what lies behind it. You know, it's not the color. It's not the bald eagle. They set that symbol up there for us to symbolize our patriotism. That's what they did. The eagle, man, there's so much history. And I'm not even going to go into it right now. But, later for that. But I just wanted to vent a little bit. America, you need to wake up. You need to stop falling for the same mess over and over again. This emotional debate has to end. Let's look at the facts. Are you happy with your taxes? Are you happy with the wars overseas that we are bringing to these countries that have nothing to do with us? Are you happy with that? Are you happy that every 4 years we elect someone who tells you one thing and does another? Now we know it does not matter whether it's a white person or a black person. Do you see? Are you awake yet? What was that? Back to the Future. Hello, McFly. Are you awake yet? Come on, guys. We need to talk more. Here's the kicker. Don't let them divide us. Even if we disagree on a topic, don't be divided. Just discuss it. That makes sense, right? Don't we teach our children this in elementary schools? From the very beginning, you teach them, you don't have to yell. It's okay. They just don't see things the way that you see them. But then our grown selves get on Facebook and ream each other out, call each other's names. It's not adding up, guys. We can't be hypocritical here. Okay? It's okay that people call some things out that you might not see or may not notice. You don't have to get emotional about it. It's not necessary. Take it or leave it. As my mom says, eat the fish and throw the bones away. If it doesn't apply, then let it roll off your back. Shouldn't be getting all emotionally entwined, guys. We got to rise above this. Our country is under attack. And the attack is not from without, it's from within. You don't trust your government. We don't trust our government. We know we don't. We want to believe in this system that is set up. We want to hope in it. But you know you don't. So why even act like you do? I'm just saying. Anyways, I guess I'll cut this short. That's my rant for the day. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to put down below in the comment section. As always, I covet your response. Thumbs up, thumbs down, some type of response. I like to have dialogue, so don't be afraid to put something down there. And don't forget to find God in your day. Hey, we need Him more now than we ever have before. I know that's a cliche and you hear it all the time, and Jesus has been coming back for a long time now. But can you see the signs of the times? The prophetic events and things like that have come to pass. I mean, you see it's happening now like never before, and it's happening more frequently. The earthquakes, the geo-engineered storms. Yeah, I said geo-engineer. Isn't that no wonder they're making the movie? I think it's coming out October 21st, Geostorm. I mean, this is just crazy. Let me stop before I get going here. This is just crazy that they put this stuff blatantly out there. Geostorm. Well, I'll be watching it because I like to see and I like to uncover the things that they, don't necessarily put in plain view, but in a sense they do. It's all a big joke. Anyhow, hopefully it's not a big joke to you, America. Don't get entangled into the emotional debate. Stand for what you stand for. share your beliefs. It's your free will, free right to do so, and don't let anybody silence you. Stand like Americans always have stood. All right. It doesn't matter whether you're white, black, red, green, yellow, purple, whatever. Stand for what you believe in, no matter what. It's going to get tougher. It's not going to get easier. So, Americans always stood, though, and we should always stand, all right? This is Courtney Scott signing out for Knowledge Well Media. Thanks for tuning in. God bless.